We made it. We made it. This is day something. We're somewhere. We're somewhere out there quarantined still. But I have a special story for you today. This is a flash fiction story, which means it's less than 1,000 words. It's something that I haven't released yet. So, you've never heard this. I'm still not done with it. It's a work in progress. After I read this for you, though, I'll tell you a little bit about how you can help get this published into print, because I'm working on a series of short stories as well. I have to ration the cups for coffee. We haven't done dishes in a while. Okay, so this is the story called Allergen by me, Matthew E Nordin. I had hoped for an uneventful reconnaissance. Supplies were running low for my family, and someone needed to scout for a clear path to the next station. Someone who had a knack for anticipating the enemy's movements. Someone like me. I shouldered my weapon and entered the battlefield. Fallen comrades hindered my steps as I stumbled over their corpses. Victory had been abandoned long ago. All we could do was attempt to avoid their reign of terror. The whole of our once great civilization, now reduced to scattered survivors, living among the ruins or piles of open graves where I traversed. The bloated body of one unlucky soul oozed under my foot. If it wasn't for the putrid stench of the pit, the enemy would have sought my family out for the kill already. We should have known, I muttered to one of the bodies that had recently fallen. The warnings were everywhere, but ignored. A loud hiss erupted from the cleft above me. It must have heard me. The scraping of claws on metal echoed in the pit. There could be hundreds coming down to get me, or only one. One was all it took to end my feeble life. I flipped my cannon down at the ready. Sweat stung my eyes, forcing me to blink. I tried not to make any more movements and exhaled slowly. Too much exposed skin to take a chance at rushing anything. I waited to turn my weapon on and steadied it over my forearm. Although the barrel was short, the focus of energy into light required an increasingly scarce but heavy battery power. With my family's dwindling resources, it was something I couldn't waste. One shot, maybe two, and the light would be dead, along with me. I needed to be precise. The strange yowl of the beast sent shivers down my spine. My lips tightened as I tensed in fear. One touch, and I'd be done. Another hiss right beside me. I turned to see the creature lowered on all fours, ready to attack. Before it could, I flipped on the cannon's main reactor. A slight buzz sent the energy through the lenses. The brilliant stream of light held true to one red spot on the far wall. The beast instantly turned and dashed for the red dot. I held my breath. Thankfully, it was the only one. The other furry Deathbringers would be drawn to the laser point that I'd moved around in quick circles. Rumors told of our ancestors being able to entertain them for hours with similar devices. I ran the beam over the side of a cliff. The enemy was hesitant at first, but then leapt away. Somehow, it would survive the fall. They kept coming back as if they had multiple lives. But it was gone, and I had survived. In the tension of the moment, I laughed. My family had prayed I would not have any encounters. The trek to the next site had been reported as a safe zone. The lone beast must have been a stray. I flipped the cannon back on my shoulder, in case of more outliers. Although nearly empty, there would be enough battery power for one final blast. A tiny strand of hair fell from my helmet and landed on the exposed skin of my arm. It was not my hair. I stumbled back, shaking off the beast's fur. My skin blistered and swelled. No immunization shots left to slow it. The infection spread while my eyes filled with tears, both for my family and the burning. Blinded I fell, gasping for the breath, becoming heavy with the toxins of the creature. I was too late. Soon my body would join the billions of others who once thought of these cats as pets before the time of the allergen mutation. The end. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story while my eye adjusts. So, it was just a fun short story that I had thought of with my allergies that I have if something were to suddenly mutate and become worse and all of humanity gets exposed to the same allergen as is happening. Who knows? Maybe it is just something common that we never knew was going to hit us. It could be. Rumors and theories abound. Anyway, like I said, there is a way you can help me get this short story into print. I have a few short stories, one I've read before in Game Elimination, also another one, Paint Me a Picture of Poison, and a few other poems that aren't in my poetry book that I have, and I'm working on I have a couple other short stories in mind as well. One of them's called the Casting Call of Cthulhu, which is still, maybe that might work and be into it. It might not. I don't know. It just depends on how it's going. So I am doing a pre-order right now. On a previous video, I read the first chapter of my book, The Salty Eleanor, which is book 3 in the Shadows of Eleanor series. I am doing pre-orders right now on that because Amazon doesn't let me do pre-orders before it's released with paperbacks. So what I need, the last final bit of money that I need to scrounge up to get it with everything happening, it's become a little bit more difficult, probably for you as well. But if you would like to get an advance copy, or a pre-order I should say, not advance copy, they will be coming out hopefully in, my goal is June, maybe July with everything happening. But it is $10 to get that, and that money will go to getting the ISBN number. I have the 2 other books in the series, which is Hollows of the Nox, which is book 1, and Awakening the Stricken. These are $10 still on Amazon today. Tomorrow they go back up in price. But if you shoot me a message or just say interested, I'll reach out to you. I do have the 2 books typically are $18, but with 3 books I usually do $25. So if you have $25, I would send you these 2 books now, so then you have plenty of time to read them before the 3rd book comes out, and I'd send that to you as soon as it comes out. Or if you'd like to order multiple copies, like my mom did, thanks Mom. So I have some of that already. If I can get over the $100 for the ISBN for that, just to be transparent with everything, the total cost to get 10 ISBN numbers is $295. So that's a huge savings, because instead of just getting one at a time, I can get 10. I can get them all purchased at once, and then I could get this short story in there as well. So anyway, thanks for watching. I need to get a bigger cup for my coffee next time, and hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.